드디어 만나게 되었어요. 네, 잘 부탁드려요. 맞아. 그럼 이제 일단은 형식이지만 생체 인증 확인을 하겠습니다. 조금 부끄럽지만 절차니까 어쩔 수 없는 거예요. 가까이 와주세요. 자, 여기 제 손가락에 선생님의 손가락을 대주세요. 네, 확인 끝냈습니다.
Hello everyone and welcome. We have returned with another Kivotos Live to celebrate the 3rd anniversary. We have our Korean hosts on the screen, but of course speaking to you live here from the studio, it is myself, Chobra, and of course our fellow sensei, G-Clef. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks, Chobra. And 3rd year anniversary already.
Yeah.
Time flies so quickly. And of course, with new students, I've just been enjoying the story, the prologue, and a new chapter onto Volume 1. A lot of stories to read right now, as I still didn't actually finish it.
There's a lot to catch
I'm
up
on
on.
episode 4. Yes, I still got a long way to go, but with all these updates, still on the way, and we already had so many in the recent few months, and we're about to reveal the extra roadmap that we're going to have soon.
Yeah, of course, we do have a lot planned, as we always do here at Kivotos Live. In fact, I think we have maybe some extra things this time around. And of course, in the past, we've always had things like the developer commentary, which I hear is going to have a different look today compared to the past Kivotos Live episodes. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, hold on to a little bit that we will have the developers. Okay, we do have the same shirt.
Yes,
The
we do
Sugar
have-
Rush,
yeah.
for those senseis who might be peeking into the future a
little
little
bit.
bit of Blue Archive, you might know what we're talking about. Sugar Rush, and we'll explain what the Sugar Rush is all about just in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, again, we always talk about the upcoming content, some of the previews, some specifics as well. I think we might have Yonghwa PD dive into a little bit more detail this time around, and then we talked about things like developer commentary. We do have a couple things that were prepared along with senseis around the world, so a little bit of extra interaction there, and even a little bit of a special segment towards the end with another guest, perhaps.
Oh,
yeah, we've got some extra. We just keep adding on more people here at Kivotos Live.
It might not just be a guest. From what I've yes, I've seen a number of people in the waiting room, in the green room. Not a single person. It's multiple. And you might be a little surprised of how many. And we also have, for the 3rd year, we will be revealing some records, in-game records. And last year, we had some crazy senseis who were having like crazy levels of relationship levels.
Yes, that was the most shocking one, I think, right? We were all like, is this even possible?
My Mika's still like 32 in terms of closeness. So I don't even know how you get to like 80 or 90.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
Still kind of baffles my mind, but that's always fun. It's always interesting because we were talking about this before we went live, just looking at some of the past PVs and things like that, and being like, oh, that was already like a year ago or 2 years ago now. So time really does fly, but so much has happened, and now more to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the timing. We just hit the first episode finish, and then we're building on top of that some new episode, new volumes kicking in after that. So this is going to be a one stream that you don't want to miss.
Well, I think we are getting ready to really kick off now. Done with the table of contents, hopefully soon enough. So Kivotos Live, as we just mentioned, all of these kind of updates, some review of the past records of Sensei, some of the interactions we've had with the senseis around the world. A lot to look forward to.
Some of the new events, some reruns. But oftentimes when we have the reruns, we add a new character, add a new student available for pickup. So I think that's going to be very expected coming out from today's Kivotos Live.
Yeah, and then any other. I mean, surely, obviously, as always, the most important part, the surprises from Yongha
Pyroxys?
PD. Yes. We don't need to skirt
Well,
around the
I didn't
issue
say it was the
anymore.
most important part, but a very important part.
I mean, surely. Again, I'm not the one who's guaranteeing, but you can only imagine. Yongha PD is generally a man of pattern, I would like to say. So, sometimes.
A couple thousands would be nice.
Really pushing our luck here, are we?
Please, I didn't get so lucky in the dress Sina and all the students over there just
Yeah.
a couple of months ago, and
Little
I'm
rough.
still. Remember, I told you that I was down to 2 digits.
Yep.
For Pyroxines. I'm still pretty low.
Still hovering around there. Never quite recovered.
Yeah, because a lot of the new students were quite special, and I really just had to grab a little extra pyroxenes, and I had to swipe 3 little credit cards here and there, and all good to go. Got all the pickups done.
Well, are you happy with the students you
Of
have?
course.
Okay, there you go.
That's what makes me happy all the time. Maybe not the maximum, but
You could always get the full.
if I just one
full
tap,
squad.
and if the list of students come out all the time with the 3 stars, then happiness guaranteed. Still the same amount of happiness.
Yeah, I mean, again, as we, some of you, we mentioned you might know, but we have some special T-shirts on today, going a little bit more in theme, in universe here with Kivotos. So that's some extra content to look forward to. Obviously, usually coming with new students, so look forward to that, especially because we are going to have people like Yongha PD and other devs talk about it in detail. Well, I think, the Korean MCs continue to kind of explain what else might be happening on the Korean stream
they're
as well.
just talking about the events that we just mentioned, the volume of events and the roadmap heading forward in just next month and a half-ish into December. Quite a big volume.
Yeah,
Some
there's a lot.
stories coming
Yeah.
back into game as a mini story, and also an official original story coming back into the storyline, so you can check it. Even if you're new sensei who might have missed the old event story,
Yeah.
then you can't check it out anymore. But some of those event stories are coming back into the game, so you can always go back when you have time and check it out again. So those are going to be added later.
Yeah, and I think we are going to get right into the thick of things. So, as always, we hope
Getting ready.
everyone watching at home, you'll join us to kick off this 3rd year anniversary of the Kivotos Live broadcast. So, on the count of 3, live! And no mystery here. Yongha PD already on stage, just chilling. And he's part of the stage now. We used to try to keep him shrouded in mystery, but
He's not a guest. He's a part of the host now.
Yeah.
He leads the show.
yeah, he's pretty accustomed to everything. I remember, in the early Kivotos lives, we used to have him kind of come in and be like, "Oh, like we hope everything goes well." And today he's just like chilling, in
He's
the
already
waiting
there
room,
with the cab, feeling comfortable.
And you love to see that. I mean, obviously, just how much passion and care he puts into it, and how much he loves interacting with all of us senseis. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, of course. If it's your first time, this is Yongha Kim, Executive PD for Blue Archive, in charge of making a lot of important decisions, I'm pretty sure.
And now, just catching up a little bit on the stage before we dive into things. But we'll see. Oh no, trying to get some early information out of him, but we'll have to wait. No, we can't get ahead of things. Yeah, just asking Yongha PD what he's been doing. Yeah, so last time after the Kivotos Live, we actually had a little dev letter, and we told you to look forward to the next Kivotos Live. And now there's been too much. We've had to do too much, so it's a little
I
overpromising.
told you guys already.
A little
that
overpromising.
It's been a lot of content, a lot of big, I guess you could call bosses to take
Yeah.
down. And so I've been enjoying a lot, and I'm pretty sure all the senseis out there have been doing exactly the same. And which means, from the development side, they've been working extra hours, extra hours, night and day, working towards for extra content. And Yongha PD, of course, on top of the development, I'm pretty sure that was extra hours.
Yeah, so we'll see how much of it Yongha PD is confident with sharing today, but always excited. Yongha PD always does find a way to deliver. But this time,
Oh, we actually have a few of the events. Oh, this wasn't done for the past 2 years. years, we do have the hashtag on Twitter event.
Yeah, so you can kind of share your thoughts as you're following along Kivotos Live.
So if you have hashtag 3 years Kivotos Live or hashtag Blue Archive, hashtag along with the tweet, I think. Oh, it's now X.
Well,
technically.
yes, X.
If you just X it out, or do you still say tweet it out? I mostly say tweet it out.
I just say post it on X to be safe. So yeah, you can tell us kind of what's on your mind or what you're getting excited about, and that's another way that we'll try to hear from our senseis all around the world.
Yeah, I'll also check it out during the break time. What your expectation during this for the stream today, or what kind of students you're expecting, or what did you enjoy the most in the recent few months before? I think the last broadcast was about 3 months ago.
Yeah,
not too long ago actually.
Actually, yeah, this time it was a bit shorter, a little bit more crunched together. So we're back here already. But yeah, just let us know. We'll check it out. We'll have a couple short commercial breaks as well in the middle, so we'll have time to catch up with all of our senseis around the world.
And hashtag nothing bad. Okay, no bad language. Behave.
Our senseis are well behaved.
Oh yes, of course, all the time.
No, I have faith. I have faith. Yeah, so that's one way. Of course, before we get into more of it, but Yonga PD just gonna await your responses. So obviously they'll be looking at some of the Korean responses as well. But if they ever bring it up, we'll share what the Korean senseis are saying with you.
Oh yes, that event will be going on for the entire stream.
Oh, and talking about the dev commentary. And he says he's kind of looking forward to the way they're changing things up with the dev commentary this time around. A little bit concerned as well.
Little extra concerned this time.
We'll see. We'll see how they spice it up, because that's been a kind of favorite among the senseis.
Yeah, it's always been the big content in the middle of the show, right? About sometimes 30 minutes, 45 minutes, a little extra time on top of added to it. I think we might have a little longer one this time.
I think so. I think so. Hopefully a lot to talk about. So Yonga PD, just talking about the events coming up. So before we jump in, want to share the PV right away.
블루 아카이브. 私の演奏が聞きたいの？よく見ててよね。いくよー。それじゃ始めよっか。大丈夫、いっぱい練習したから私たちの歌を聴け。練習の成果お見せします。やってよかった。いい感じ。
Oh wow!
Yeah, there it is.
4 days!
Just 4 days.
4 days away from the band update.
Yeah, don't have to wait long. And now, of course, for those who didn't quite peer into the future, you know why we're wearing our Sugar Rush t-shirts as well. But to celebrate the band coming.
To get that rock spirit energy, you need some sugar power.
There you go.
I always felt that way. And with me aging a little more, I need like extra sugar power now. Not just the caffeine. So that's why we had the sugar rush.
Sugar Rush.
Right in the middle here.
Yeah, get the Sugar Rush. And Yonga PD talking about, of course, this is going to be the I've Alive story coming out. And how is a band coming together? I mean, it's kind of out of left field somewhat.
Yeah, it's the After School Sweets Club trying out for the band. So with the Trinity General School hosting a cultural festival, the Tea Party promises to reward the winner with a legendary dessert called Frederica Selmra. So naturally, you can't pass up a dessert as a sweets
Yeah,
club.
okay.
So you do want to go to the festival, go out, try it for the band, and go for the big prize.
Gotcha. Now it makes sense, right? So there's something on the line here, very, very well aligned with the After School Sweets Club. And so that's why we, of course, have the Sugar Rush.
That's why it's called the
celebrate.
Sugar Rush.
Oh, okay, well, it's all coming together. It makes sense, you know, sweets, Sugar Rush, the prize is a dessert. Love to see it. And now Yonghwa PD just going to take some time to introduce the students we just saw. We saw 3 students participating in the band right there in the PV, but we'll take a closer look at the details.
Yeah, we had the band Kazusa, Yoshimi, and also Airi. And starting first with band Airi, will be available with the event. And she's can be recruited as a frontline dealer with a special armor and explosive attack type. So it's pretty unique. And I think all 3 of them are actually dealers. So we'll see.
Yeah, here's all the details on the actual skills that you'll be able to use with Airi. And of course, Yonghwa PD also explaining, as we saw in the PV, Airi's going to be playing the keyboard, right? So going to be responsible for the keyboard, the keys here on the band.
Oh, the EX skill, Joyful Melody. You have the Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush seems to be the key.
Yeah.
But then the band, not just the band name. It seems like that's almost like a buff that you can keep. Increase the explosive effectiveness, and also the basic skill, Chocolate Mint skill. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Deals percentage of attack as damage to one enemy every 12 normal attacks.
Okay. Every 12 normal attacks.
Yeah, so instead of having like a second like a time cooldown, it's actually the time of attacks that you actually do. Which is really cool. So it can be slowed if you get CC.
Right, right. And then also one thing to note is in the sub skill, it says if the user currently owns a Sugar Rush. So it kind of goes in time with the Sugar Rush buff. So you'll kind of want to make sure that that's all timed together to be able to use the sub skill as well.
Yeah, it seems like keeping that Sugar Rush is very important.
Okay, all right. Well, now let's look at maybe some of the other students. It's going to be Yoshimi coming out first.
Ben Yoshimi. Yeah, she's a middle position dealer with the same explosive attack type and also special armor. Yeah, mystic defense type there. And she does play the pink guitar that matches Yoshimi perfectly. So that's the skill set. And same here. And grant 5 Sugar Rushes,
Oh, so
up
it
to
can
5 total.
Stack, it seems like. Okay, so
Yes.
Sugar Rushes, you can stack them. And also, Yonghwa PD just quickly mentioning that with the EX skill as well.
Oh, it's a
you
5
can-
stack, but it's a 10 cost. That's
Oh.
expensive. You need to have the full bar for
Oh,
it.
wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty intense. Yeah, but also just the animations as well. With the guitar, you can expect, obviously, like the performance coming
Oh.
through. So that's another aspect, right? Not just the numbers, but obviously the actual band performance as well.
It's a 10 cost, very expensive, but it gives Sugar Rushes to not just for herself, to the allies also. So it's going to be very crucial when you use her and with what team, I think will be the key.
Okay.
Using Yoshimi.
So it's a lot of like high investment, but obviously high reward.
Yeah, I
as
think there's
well.
some risk, but very rewarding. Of course, the reason why it's a 10 cost, you need to have the full bar for her. And rock and roll, increase attack, sub skill.
Straightforward.
Every 3rd activation of basic skill deals an additional proportional attack damage. And I believe that is also somewhat related with the enhanced damage from the Sugar Rush stack.
Yeah, okay. And of course, the sub skill, it can go all the way up to an increase of 119% increase as well if you are able to get all 3. So that's a lot of high numbers that you should be able to start to kind of stack up together.
Yeah, I think that's important to have the team matching with her because 10 cost is actually a lot.
Well,
For
yeah.
the other students, I think you have to go for a very low cost, like 2, 3 along with it to get the cycle going.
Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of math involved there if you want to really
Yeah, of
maximize how
course.
to use Yoshimi.
And there's Kazusa. Oh, yes. She's finally back. And yeah, the back position dealer with explosive attack type and mystic armor defense type. And each student actually has a defensive position front, middle, and back.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. And her EX, historic first attack, increase attack speed with all allies within the circular area. Okay,
okay.
not just the attack damage, we had a lot of circular area attack buff, but this is the attack speed.
Okay.
So it's quite different this time.
But now we're starting to make it kind of make sense, right, within the band, because some of the other basic skills are based on how many attacks you do. So the attack speed comes in. There's a little bit of synergy
You
there.
boost that basic skills or the
Okay.
sub skills because you're shooting just a little faster.
I mean, you know how a band works. You can't just take one piece out of the band and have them perform
Perfect there.
separately. Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to have
you're-
the full band.
Yeah, you hit the perfect mark there, Chopra. Again, giving Sugar Rush 40 seconds up to 2 stacks total. So if you have multiple band members in the party, I think you can time it. If you time it well, you should be able to have some stacks at least for the entire duration.
Okay.
I think that's the key.
Yeah, and also just one extra thing to note here for Kazusa is during the skill animations, Kazusa kind of looking a little lost when the spotlight comes on her. So there's some fun aspects as well. So Yoshimi has like a nice guitar performance. I think Kazusa a little flustered with the spotlight there.
I would love to take a look at it, and certainly a student that you would love to pick her. And I think all the band members are worth really recruiting because they have the synergy.
Yes,
If you're
well, that's
missing,
the big thing,
if you're missing one, I think you just get a lot less stacked together, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're going to start a band, you got to get the full band together. You can't be like, well, I like this band and I'm just going to take the keys. You know, you got to get the vocals, you got to get the guitar, you got to have the whole crew.
Yeah. Now they're going on ahead with, and October 22nd. Is there any other update?
Okay.
There's also a Trinity Carnival Growth mini game.
Oh.
This is also available on the website, guys. So if you missed any of these, it's also available on the roadmap section on the website. So please check it out.
Okay.
And also, this is what I'm looking for the most: the web rhythm game. I've seen rhythm games like on PC, on mobile, but it's a web rhythm game.
Oh.
Living on Sweets.
I love rhythm. I love that this is all very music themed because I'm very big into music stuff. So this is awesome. Okay. All right. Now going through the rest of the list, though, I think we'll get a quick peek at the web rhythm game a little bit later, but going through the rest of it as well.
Yeah, and then we have the Total Assault, HUD. Urban Warfare from October 29th to November 4th. We have the Final Restriction, the Fury of Set. I hope you guys have been having an okay time from Fury of Set. It's something new that I think a lot of senseis were confused. Why do we have so many students all of a sudden? And you charge up the cost so fast that maybe this is the place where you use that 10 cost because it fills up so fast. Hint, hint. And also some new furniture. Trinity Classroom Cafe furniture will be added. And the 3-year anniversary celebration login event from November 3rd to November 8th. And also the pre-registration is still available.
Right, okay.
I think we still have at least 2 more days depending on the time zone where you live. So make sure to do the pre-registration because that's, I think, at least 1,000 pyroxes.
Yeah, and then, of course, remember that the login event starts on November 3rd as well. So while we start to get the update on the 22nd, there's everything to tide you over until then. And then right when you're like, okay, I've kind of seen some of the new content, you're like, okay, but I got to get the login rewards as well to make sure that maybe you can form the entire band of Sugar Rush.
Yeah,
so.
But if you log in every single day without missing a single day, just like me, all the senseis out there, no problem. You should be having everything into your mailbox directly. Just make sure you just don't go over 999 energy, and that's what you need sometimes. Oh, extra bird mail.
I mean, there's just so much. I mean, you can already see on the little stickers on the left that there are going to be quite a few planned out, but the next one is going to be on the 5th of November.
Yes. We'll have the Unconcealed Heart immortalized, and will be officially added in the upcoming update. So for those senseis who might have missed the event story, I think about half a year ago, well, you can still now go back in game and check it out. Check out the event. I think it was a really fun event story. You should always check it out. And also we have the Go Home Club mini story added in game as well.
Yeah. And then the joint firing drill starting right on the 5th with that update coming out as well.
And now, I think Young PD just mentioned Kirara.
Yeah.
Will be added.
Snuck it right in there, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen her from lots of different stories and also some loading screen. So she will be available along with the update.
Okay, so just a little bit of a sneak in there, but talking about a little bit of how Kirara is going to work.
Yeah, Kirara is a middle position dealer with a sonic attack type. We're getting a lot more sonic attack type these days. And I think she's the first one with the sonic attack type with the light armor. I think she's the first one.
Okay. All right, and then you can take a little bit of a closer look at some of the animations as well. But just kind of talking about the exact numbers on how much the buffs are going to work out here for Kirara.
Yeah, her normal, her EX is going to change the normal attack into a much more damage dealing attack, and also you reload instantly. And the EX, when you use to activate the skill, you can enjoy Kirara having some daily moment on the socials. So I think it's going to be a really cute EX animation.
Okay. All right, I'm kind of curious on how that's going to work out here. But okay, we got a special question here from MC Reina.
So if there are official events coming back, there should be some reruns happening. Oh, Dragon and Tortoise. Okay.
Returning.
I love this one.
Yep, on the 12th of November.
Yeah, with the Black Tortoise Promenade. And also members from Shanghai Jing. There are a lot of members. And this one, I think, is just a rerun with no extra.
Well, so far, yeah, he hasn't mentioned anything, hasn't snuck in any surprises in there. But again, this is for, especially for any of the senseis that might have missed it, part and follow along and catch up a little bit.
Yeah, this is where if you have missed a Rumi or Mina, and maybe even Shun, I think, should be available. You can go back and make sure to grab. Shun, of course, the backline dealer, very strong solo target. And you can always go back. Shun, one of the very old classic students.
Right. Yeah. So this way, you don't have to feel kind of left out when maybe some of the other senseis are talking about some of these past events and stories. So you'll be able to kind of look back. And try to catch
not to leave her behind. Kokona will also be available from Shanghai Jing Academy. So I think there will be 4 pickup.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of students to pick up right there.
So obviously, if you are kind of excited for that returning, then you want to make sure you note that date as well. So that's a week right after the November 5th on November 12th. That's going to be that update. And now, is there any other news about maybe some new pickups on top of the returning events?
Oh, this is the exciting part. Oh, this is Alabaster calling card from last year.
Yeah, this was at the 2nd year anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, made Yuju and also Bunny.
Yes.
With the Bunny Toki.
Okay.
And now finally we're getting Midori and Momoi made version.
Yeah, that's what Yonga PD just said. So this is a response to kind of new pickups on top of the returning stories and events.
They're available in the story a year ago. I was wondering why they weren't out first. Because they're supposed to be out first. They're early on to episode 2, right? I mean, volume 2. So there she is.
Here you go. Yep.
Oh, she's Sonic too?
Wow, okay.
The Sonic light armor?
All right.
Okay. Backline position dealer. So far, all dealers coming out.
That's
especially
true.
for the new students coming out today.
All dealers.
The band members, also the maid Midori.
And a little bit of a simpler skill use, so it's not going to be too crazy. But a single target buff, it sounds like, as he's
a single target damage up to 17.
Oh, okay.
1700? Wait, did I hear that right? That's like one of the highest damage single target for Sonic, at least, I think.
Yeah, he just said it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it's a 5 cost, but still 1700 is actually very, very high.
Okay.
That's without the buffs.
Right.
Just buy from the EX.
Yeah, and he explained that there's going to be, a couple other ways to synergize with that as well. So a lot of big numbers that maybe you can look forward to here.
I can't really think about exactly what content that she would be put in, but I'm sure as she comes out, there will be future content where she will be like top tier.
Right.
Required, basically. And here's Momoi.
Yep, Momoi went out as a dealer again. Another Sonic and light armor. So kind of going in tandem there with Midori.
Okay. So we had a lot of Sonic and Heavy. We had a lot of those students in the last half a year-ish. So I think we're slightly moving away from the Heavy into a lot more into the light armor now. Yeah,
and talking about the EX skill real quick, this time Momoi is going to be Just a quick instant reload into damage upgrade, attack speed upgrade. Like it's just a big buff here for Momoe.
Oh, so it basically ignores the regular normal attack intervals up to 100 times for cost.
Oh wow!
So you have a bazooka, not just a bazooka. You have a machine gun, just straight up rolling in.
Okay, so really going all in on the attack there.
Yeah, even the sub skill, it actually just replenishes ammo consumption by normal attacks, so you reduce a lot more time in the reload.
Okay, so Momoe's overall skill is really focusing on just never stopping. is what I'm getting.
I think so.
Yeah, just go, go, go. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Momoe, Midori, quite different. Momoe just shooting everywhere, all around.
Right.
And Momoe, it's actually Midori. It's actually the other way. Just single target, one big burst damage.
Yeah. So kind of fulfilling different roles. But all right. Thank you, Young Piety, for going through all the details about some of these new students that we're going to get to meet. Because that's all. I mean, we've already just covered in the next month or so 5 new students that we'll get to meet on top of course, returning pickups as well. And of course, I think the Korean MC is also agreeing that, seeing the two sisters in the maid version as well, very exciting. Because I think that's the big part, is not just like the battle skills, but also just how the characters continue in these different roles.
Yes, I'm sure there will be lots of love with that will complete the maid set from Alabasta Calling Card. And not just that, we also have the later November, we have the Total Assault.
Ah, okay, yeah.
You mentioned the cat.
Yep.
Gozu.
That looks like it. The reaction.
Oh, so Gozu is coming back indoor. So it's indoor this time. From November to into December, I believe.
Yeah, it sounds like looking at our sheet here, right at the end of November. So November 26th. So okay, well that's something that you'll have to think ahead for.
Yeah, it goes. You always have to find the right target. So I still get confused sometimes if I get unlucky. I pretend like I get unlucky. It's not the skills, it's the luck.
So you gotta convince
it happens
yourself.
a lot for some reason, right?
Somehow it's consistent, but it is luck, surely.
That's how I confuse.
Okay, so there's a lot. There's a lot we've just covered already, right? In terms of the upcoming events, starting right next week, or just 4 days, right? Starting from the 22nd, and then like all the way through. So this is a lot. So hopefully we can take a quick summary again, because I think we kind of just rattled this off. Yonga PD just rattled off all these numbers and all these names and all these students,
all the skills and normal attacks and the sub skills and everything in detail.
So let's see. Yohan PD says he has something prepared. Just quick one look. Okay,
also,
there
we have
we
a
go.
pickup screen. Okay.
Love it. This is going to be the big focus for a lot of people, of course. So the 22nd in just 4 days, the band coming out, Sugar Rush Band, Yoshimi Kazusa and Ari band version. And you can see their types right there.
Yeah, and Ako, if you don't have her, she's a must also. So make sure to not just go for the band members. Ako is a must if you go forward.
Yeah.
And
then November 5th, we talked about the return as well. And then
Kirara, the new one coming out there, as if you missed any of those heroes.
Yeah, and then, of course, November 19th is when we are going to see Momoe and Midori joining in as new pickups along with the Maid and Bunny Toki versions.
Yeah. Also, whole lot of pickups, but there's one, there's 1 week of break in the middle. So if you go for the reruns,
yes, you're right.
So there's also some reruns coming back into it. So not just the new hero, I think you still have some extra time to gather your pyroxenes.
Yeah.
For the big mark.
This is going to be a big month, I think, for a lot of senseis. So if you're either catching up or whatnot. But okay, so now we're moving on. We talked about the pickups. You know how to plan your month ahead. You know how to plan your pyroxenes. But the special rhythm training.
The rhythm game. Oh, so it doesn't start today. It starts.
No, I think it starts today.
Oh, it's until?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as soon as we're done with the Kivotos Live, you can go check it out yourself. But it sounds like our MCs might try their hand here. And he's actually mentioning it right now. Yonga PD, for those who don't know, actually has a little bit of history in rhythm games. he was big in one of the big old rhythm games and kind of had some moves named after him as well. So a bit of a legend within the Korean rhythm game scene himself, now developing and helping develop.
Now I'm a little worried. What if the difficulty level is a little too high for all the songs?
Yeah, he's testing and he's like, well, this is pretty easy.
This is
like
easy. I can do it with my toes. I'm like, no, that is not the same for me, Sensei.
well, now I kind of want to see Young-ha PD try it. I want to see him try it, but it sounds like we might get a chance.
I want to try. I want to burst the door open and go to the main stage and try it.
I'd love to check this out, but it sounds like it's going to be MC Dongmin checking out and showcasing our mini game. Okay, it's right on the laptop, so we're gonna take a look at it together. Oh, look at him getting ready.
Oh, that's what it was all about.
Yeah, Sensei Dongmin sleeves up, ready to get on rhythm.
Can we have the screen? I want to see it. I want to see the screen first.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Oh, it's very
wow.
retro pixelized.
Oh, I love it.
There's also the speed, 4x.
Yeah.
You also want to go at least hit the 3x or 4x.
This is,
Best score seems a little high.
Yeah, and Young-ha PD talking about kind of the background development of this. Whenever they were talking about mini games, he always wondered, like, okay, rhythm game, surely it comes at some point. Surely that's something we can plan together. And now including some of the tracks that they want to hear. So this is going to be it.
And Dongmin saying, it's my first time, but I will be monitored. I will try it normal mode, not hard.
Oh, he's checking it out.
Come on, go for the hard.
Yeah, I have faith that MC Dongmin can do better. But we'll showcase it for all of our senseis, right? It's just a good standard on the normal difficulty.
DFKJ, so
yeah,
play on the keyboard.
Yeah. So you got 2 keys on each side.
Okay, 4x a little fast, but not bad.
Yeah, but if you're a rhythm game enthusiast, you know
that 4x is the right.
You gotta go with the higher speed because that's how you get used to it. Yeah.
So sugar seems like it's perfect.
Okay.
And then there's great. Okay, the combo stacking up. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're still going. Can he do the full combo?
Can he do the full combo? Not miss a single?
Really? Okay.
Normal seems a little okay.
I mean, I think okay. Normal seems doable. And Young-ha PD saying, I think he's got snuck in some practice. There's no way he's getting a full combo right now. But yeah,
I'm sure he's gonna.
He's got a
staring
couple.
It down.
He did get a couple greats in there though, right?
Greats are okay.
Yeah, he's not full sugar rush.
Oh, he's got full stack.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and we can see we covered it up with our cameras here, but you'll see some of the characters,
yeah, right there.
the students,
there are characters right here.
Yeah, coming out to cheer us on. Yeah, there you go. You see one side and cheer you on as your performance is so great.
Oh, and then on the left top, there's a bar letting you know how long the song is. I think.
Ah, yeah, I imagine. Okay, nearing 400 on the combo.
Does he get like? Oh, he missed it! Oh, I was about to say
the caster curve.
Oh, I was about to say, does he get like a special dessert at the end of the broadcast if he fully combos it? But that's out the windows now. Oh, it's getting a little harder.
Oh, it is getting hard actually, even for normal.
And the doubles.
I would say for people who aren't used to rhythm games, normal would already be, I think, a fun challenge for sure. Like this is ramping up a little bit towards the end. But man, so okay, it sounds like towards the end there's almost like 600 or something. I think if you count it total, but didn't quite get the full combo. All right, but Young-ha PD saying I respect it for first try.
Is it my turn now?
Oh, is it your turn? How confident are you? How confident are you?
I can do at least this well.
Okay. Look at this ending screen, by the way.
It's the 8-bit pixelized. It's so good.
I love the colors too. Yeah.
The art style. Oh, can we do it one more time?
Oh, Dongmin wants to try hard mode. Okay.
Oh, Haru, let's go for it. The main song.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you feel so confident, Dongmin.
And is it only for 4 keys? Do we have like 5 keys, 6 keys? Maybe not because this is only on the web.
Yeah, that's true. It is only on the web, but we'll have to see. We'll see if hard is just like just at the key combos.
So I usually play 5 or 6.
Yeah. So a lot of the other rhythm games. With
Let's
5
go,
or 6
Dongmin.
keys.
Go for the hard.
Yeah, Dongmin's trying to interact with our senseis.
And also doesn't mention like the difficulty level. If it's like the difficulty level 2 or 4 or 6.
This is a web mini game, G Club.
I guess you go in and feel it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Listen, we got our Blue Archive rhythm minigame. That's what matters.
I just want to see Dongmin fail miserably. Okay.
Oh, right off the bat. Okay. Oh, missed the bar on the left. Okay. The combo's still going, though. He barely catching on. Okay. But yeah, this is just the intro.
Oh, the snap, the triple.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh, he's already missed the combo.
The triple and the tap combos are very hard in the rhythm games.
Yeah, this is...
No, he's actually pulling it off really well. He's missing a couple. But,
yeah?
but this is his first time playing these notes.
Yeah, exactly. He's giving up on the bars here. But we know that Aoharu continues to ramp up, right?
This is hard.
This is hard, actually.
This is like extra hard. This is like the EX hard difficulty.
The devs cooked.
I played a lot of rhythm games, but this is actually really hard.
Me too. Yeah,
you see, good, miss, good, great, sugar.
And now, I mean, you know the song. It doesn't let off. It doesn't let off from here on out. You got to keep going. Look at Dongmin on the lower right.
We thought it was just the web game from the normal difficulty, but hard. Fingers off the keyboard, man. He's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's trying to close the window.
Look, quad. This is really hard.
Oh yeah.
This
is intense. I think this is gonna be fun. For any senseis that love rhythm games.
He pressed the ESC because he's
it doesn't
a little
quit.
embarrassed.
It doesn't quit. You gotta keep going. You just gotta. If you want to escape your embarrassment, you have to quit the entire thing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, wow. Okay, that's kind of exciting though.
Aoharu, of course, the main song, but that was pretty hard, Chobra.
No, that was. I would say that was pretty difficult.
Yeah, it was.
So, Dongmin, he might have to buy coffee here for the rest of the crew. But yeah, Dongmin's saying exactly what I was thinking was that, listen, when we hear about like event-based minigames, we think a little bit of an homage, right? Just okay, here's something for people who like this kind of stuff, but it's nothing too crazy, right? It's just a little teaser. But this is quite frankly like a full-blown rhythm game.
But the hard mode leaped into nightmare mode from normal. Easy mode will be very easy for anyone who is new to rhythm game.
Sure.
I think easy, normal is pretty casual. But for the hard mode, you want to try hard mode? Okay, you get hard mode. That's what I felt.
No, I love that. So that's...
Now we need a Blue Archive collaboration with a rhythm game.
There you go.
That's what I'm looking for. Like a full album of like 12 songs.
Okay.
Into like some DJ games.
You're
like
cooking.
Maximum DJ games that's on Steam.
You're cooking. You're cooking, Sensei.
I'm expecting it.
That's actually kind of exciting because we know the tracks are good in Blue Archive.
They already had couple because they had a Nexon album, but
yeah. Well,
a separate Blue Archive will be very, very nice. I would totally buy it. Full price, not on sale.
Well, yeah, so Yonghwa PD, just reiterating again, there are 3 difficulty levels, so hopefully everyone can find a way to enjoy it. But as we just saw, I think this is definitely worth checking out. Even if you're not like big on rhythm games, obviously, it is Blue Archive, so go in and kind of take a look at the soundtracks and how they're represented. And have some fun trying to break your own high scores. But that's for you to enjoy, of course, after or
That was
maybe even
fun.
during the breaks here for Kivotos Live. You can go check that out. But now it's time. It is our 3rd-year anniversary. We're going to start taking a look at our records so far.
Oh, these records.
Oh, boy.
My bar of expectation went up very high after
Very
last
high.
year.
Yes. I mean, we're expecting ridiculousness. That's what we're expecting.
So let's take a look at these records, what it's going to be. Oh,
Time spent together in the last 3 years, 25,000
hours.
Wow.
Hours.
Yeah, starting in 2021. It's been a little while. And total download count is, what is this number?
It's almost 100 million.
It's almost 100 million.
96 million.
Wow. And now we're looking at most players by server. And taking a look at the first rank, we've got the Taiwan server, and then Korea, Hong Kong, even the US, and all the way down to Indonesia. To our senseis across these 5 regions. But this is like all around the world, because now that we have the US represented there.
It certainly is. And in terms of population and the ratio,
Yes, there are a couple that are
wow,
concentrated.
there are a few servers that are very concentrated with Blue Archive downloads.
And wow, look at this. 69 updates since launch. And the average update frequency is just about 2 weeks.
Oh, like the app updates.
Yeah.
Official updates. Ah.
No wonder we have so much content to cover all
Every
the time.
2 weeks. And then we keep on going back and forth with the 2x and the 3x. Oh, Enigmas.
Yep. The most purchased. 3 million. And for Valentine chocolates, Ayumu was gifted 400,000.
I also did because it's rare to see Ayumu only in the stories.
Okay. Fair,
so
fair.
I wanted to check out what she would say when I gave the chocolate.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, instead of raising the relationship bar, we had a mini story-ish kind, and I always wondered if she will ever be released, maybe in the future later.
Wow. Well, I mean, those were some just broad overall ones, but I mean, already very impressive, right? Just the amount of time spent together in Kivotos, but also for me, I mean, as two senseis ourselves who get to kind of relay some of this information at Kivotos Live, the fact that we've had basically 70 updates since launch, one every 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, it's also that is just the app update, and within the week after week, there were some contents revealed.
Sure.
Because the app update actually takes some review from the stores, so you can't do it every week. So you have a big update every 2 weeks, and then a week after we have something else open up at the perfect time.
So that's crazy. So a big shout out to the dev team as well, and all the senseis that have been enjoying it and enjoying all of this. But now we're gonna have a special little Q&A time with Yongha PD. We're gonna call it the Tea Party Q&A.
Okay, where's Nagisa? We need Nagisa and Mika. Sit down comfortably and with the tea.
Yeah. And so we had some questions come in ahead of time online, and Yonghan PD will provide some answers. So let's take a look at our first question, see where it came out from. Looks like this one was from the Korea region. What is the story behind the TS riding feature getting added? What difficulties were there with its implementation? Okay.
This one with the Ibuki and Iroha. Because when Iroha comes out with the tank,
right.
Ibuki is supporting role. We've seen it from the PV image that she's next on the tank together, right?
Okay. So how did that happen? So you're saying, obviously, we saw it on the PV, but we agreed that we want to see this in the game as well, and same with the senseis. Everyone's thinking, hey, it would be great to see it in the game itself.
Yeah, so when you have both students in the party, when you have the skill, but at first we actually didn't realize that could be done. So
yeah, didn't quite have it planned, right? I mean, it wasn't happening before, so.
And also, it's really hard to have the student move into another object, a tank.
Basically,
you have to move her in the back line together, riding it. So that was the tough part. Like, what if you get stunned right before it? So there were lots of hard obstacles that we had to climb over, but we made it happen.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, just looking at how all the senseis really appreciated it. So now that we've figured it out once, maybe in the future we can think of other ways to try to implement this thanks to the senseis enjoying that feature. All right, well, next question. This one, another one from the Korean region, but what's the process behind finding inspiration and writing for the events?
Oh, so where does the idea, the beginning ideas come from?
Yeah, and Yonga PD is just saying, obviously the biggest thing is we want to focus on things that you don't see in the main story, right? How do we portray the other parts? And that's where we start. And then we start talking about, we also kind of consider sometimes maybe in terms of the timing cycle, should we represent, certain clubs, or certain students? Things like that. And then we also have to consider, of course, the overall game cycle as well. So there's a lot of this that goes into the brainstorming aspect.
Yeah, the brainstorming also has to match up with the story inside the episode and also the mini event stories as well. So depending on the timing, sometimes the student comes later or earlier. I think they have to put all that into the aspect before releasing anyone.
Yeah, so then that's how you get, okay, now these are the students we are going to represent, and then you start writing it out. So that's just the brainstorming aspect, and then it goes through. So the brainstorming is really the most important part, and it sounds like that's what they focus on.
Yeah, you have to gather lots of brains together to get all that together and lined up.
All right, and then, sounds like another kind of fun question coming out. Let's see, another one from the Korean region. Kikyo Cat 008, the player who left good reviews on Tales Saga Chronicle 2. Okay, so no, this was just part of the line. And Yongha is saying that a lot of people think that it's Kikyo just because of the birthday of Kikyo being August 8th, but also apparently August 8th is the International Cat Day. So
is it? I never knew.
There's some correlation here that you have to remember. That's why it's Cat 0808.
So it just lined up. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a coincidence more than anything.
Oh, I think we're talking about the Eastern Alchemy Society.
Okay.
And I think they just had this one has an elixir they can make as someone younger. Does it also have one like a chemical of growth? The other elixir in a way.
All right. Let's hear. So he thinks just because of the mission, right, and the vision from the alchemy, probably not, right? Probably more going towards making someone younger. But yeah, I can't guarantee that it's not possible at all just because of what side effects could happen and all the trouble you could go through.
Yeah, I think they were looking for the younger. And then here's another question. When creating students, does the student's background come before the design, or does the design come first before elements of their background, like their personality? Okay, that's a good question.
Huh. Okay, so you think about the order of designing. The background generally does come first, right? Because you have to decide where they're coming from, what organization, what club they're a part of, and things like that. But at the same time, there have been times when, a designer will come in and say, this is the type of student I want, and then we work around that as well. So it does happen.
So the background, the settings, the environment first for the character, and then the design comes a lot earlier.
Yeah, and of course, a big part, and usually what they try to follow is, and then you kind of write out the story and get the personality, and then they actually design the student so it all comes together. But nothing's set in stone. That's just generally the track and the standard they try to go through. So
and the designers keep on having the meeting, exchange opinions of how the design should be. They keep on fixing and making alternations. So what the finalized version would be of a character.
Okay, and then we have another question from the NA region. Can Sensei touch the students' tails, horns, wings, and so on freely as they please? Okay. And so Yonga PD saying, I imagine the students probably wouldn't
Okay.
allow it, right? Because
Yeah.
to them, this is just like, if it was their hand or their arm, it's a part of their body. So I don't think they would just allow it. I mean, I think especially whenever you imagine, like, if, if any type of character, or if maybe whoever or animal has, like, wings and stuff, you always want to try to pet the wings.
Yeah,
or
even
things
from
like
the
that.
sensei.
Yeah,
it,
so-
it can be rude.
So a little
in way.
curious, but yeah, Yongha's saying, well, it's probably considered a little rude. Probably don't want to just stretch out your hand.
이번엔 다른 동네입니다. 이제 태국까지
Okay,
갔습니다.
and now we're going global again.
선생님의 데일리 업무와
Going
업무량.
to a
Yeah.
question from Thailand. It's
All the way from Thailand.
Okay. Oh no, the Taiwan region. What is Sensei's daily workload like?
Oh.
Okay.
Always overloaded with work.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot of administrative things and consulting and counseling. And just like in reality, whenever you finish one thing, you have two more things you have to solve. And so there's repetition a lot. And so while there, is a lot of focus on helping solving, the concerns of the students, but obviously there's a lot more that you have to solve on Shali. So there's just a lot of workload.
Yeah,
There's never any.
and yeah, not just signing papers. I think Sensei has a lot to do interactive with the students all out, because there are lots of academies to visit.
Another question. Oh, interesting. Never quite
Do
thought
they
about it.
realize the halos? Okay, first of all, the students are aware of the fact that they have halos.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily know the details. So they're aware of the halos, but it's not like they can see all the designs or the colors or anything like that. They just know it exists.
So they can't really guess an identity based on the shape on the halo. So
Okay.
put in a simpler way, it's like a person's breath. It's natural. No one really.
Okay. So we all know. We all know, like, you're breathing, I'm breathing. You
Yeah.
have a way of breathing, I have a way of breathing. But
It's different, but no one cares about it.
yeah, and I don't see it. It's not like I can
Yeah, you
identify it
don't
right
see it.
away. Although, G Clef, if you want, you can whisper into my ear.
Oh,
and I
that's
could-
right.
No, just-
So it's more. No, I don't want you to be closer because of my breath. It can be stinky a little bit. So it makes sense because when they go to sleep, the halo, when they're unconscious, the halo goes away.
okay.
So it's
그러면
like
이제 제가
it's like breathing but being conscious at the
Okay,
same
yeah,
time.
it's like a lifeline type of deal.
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
right. So it makes a lot more sense. Okay, thanks for the explanation.
그래도
That's a
Uh,
good
Yongha
question,
PD.
actually. I really like that.
네.
Okay, and the last one, it sounds like this one's a bit of a tough question. See if Yongha PD is able to answer this one.
This one's a big one.
This one's a big one. Okay, so there is
There are some fortune tellers of Blue Archive, especially from the Japanese server.
yeah, there's a little time traveling going on. And so is there, it's a little unfortunate. So just wondering what the response is from Yongha.
So we still have about a 6-month gap, and some senseis are saying it's been about 3 years. So maybe there's a chance of reducing down that time frame, not from 6 months down to a couple less month of gap in between the Japanese server and the global server.
Yeah, and so he's saying there's a lot to consider, but obviously we've found stability so far over the last 3 years. And while he can't guarantee anything right away, but something they're really heavily considering is starting next year, trying to truncate that time just a bit more. But there's a lot to consider in terms of like how events align with each
yes.
other and things like that. And so just wants to say that it is strongly in consideration, but can't guarantee anything just yet.
And next,
Okay, all right, and now we do have some extra celebrations here for the 3rd year anniversary. Let's check it out. Oh, it looks like it's going to be an illustration
oh, even the new dress Hina and Ako.
Oh,
right
yeah.
in the middle.
right in the middle. They're on a planet representing.
Yukari. We got the whole pack of students here. That's so cute. Arona Plana, of course, centered. Cute.
Okay, so This is from MX Studio, creating this for us directly themselves, and just to celebrate the 3rd anniversary together of Blue Archive with all the senseis.
Even the band member, I can see that pink guitar
Oh yeah.
already.
Okay, so they have all the students kind of represented in the past year coming through. Okay. But surely we do have like videos as well, right?
Oh,
We've always
yeah,
had
of
celebration
course.
videos.
Of course, we should have
something
some
we
more
can
videos, not
see.
just an image.
Yeah, some of the senseis, of course, always working hard to celebrate with us and to provide with the rest of the senseis around the world. So it looks like we are going to have 2 videos, one from a bit of a regular and one from another new sensei, bringing out celebration for the 3rd anniversary. So after this, we will be going to the dev commentary afterwards. We'll see you then.
지는 사람에 대해 얘기한 적이 있었죠. 어른, 책임과 의무, 그리고 그 너머에 있는 당신의 선택. 그것이 의미하는 바까지도. 그러니까 선생님, 내가 믿을 수 있는 어른인 당신만이 이 뒤틀리고 일그러진 종착지가 아닌 다른 결과를. 그러니까 선생님, 부디 소중하게 간직해주세요. 소중한 것들은 절대 사라지지 않으니까요. 마치 기적처럼.
쓸수록 서포트해준 스토어? 와우! 게임마다 첫 결제는 100원으로 가볍게. 퍼펙트! 출석할수록 커지는 할인. 매주 내 맘대로 즐겁게. 퍼펙트! 결제하고 페이백 받고 더 풍성한 게임 생활. 퍼펙트! 갤럭시 스토어에서 혜택을 택해. 혜택은 서포트, 게임은 퍼펙트. 갤럭시 스토어.